Hey, good morning, everyone. Ruben here, Kindred Dog PDX, out here on our morning walk with Lucy, enjoying this cold morning. Um, but I just got to thinking, I think people need to understand a little bit more about our process, so if you've ever wanted to walk like this, or you want your dog to be able to listen when there are distractions around, have your dog just be calmer in general, be able to do more things with them without feeling stressed out. I am going to walk you through how our lessons work in order for you to get to that point. All right. So step 1 all the way to step 5. Okay. And again, this is the exact process I use with everybody to get them from this
Charlie, wait.
to this. All right, so I'm going to break down exactly how we would go about getting you started with private lessons and how we get your dog from where you're at to where you want to be. So the first thing is you're going to send in a contact form. You're going to tell me a little bit more about your dog. I'm going to read that form and I'm just going to understand your situation a little bit more. After that, we will get in contact with you either to set up a phone call or to set up a video chat. I do like video chats mostly because I get to see your face, I get to see your dog, and I think it's a nice way of just getting to know each other a little bit better to see if we will actually vibe in the process of training. Okay, so after we have chatted, you take a little bit of time, you get back to me, you say, hey, Ruben, I want to sign up for lessons. At that point, I'm going to send out all of our paperwork. So it's going to be our contract. You're going to get a Google Drive folder, and I'll get more into that in a little bit. You're going to get an invoice. And after you have submitted your contract, you paid the invoice, this is where I want you to start uploading video of your dog and what they currently know and the issues that you are having to the Google folder. This is going to give me a lot of insight as to what your dog knows, how they know it, how you interact with them, just the little things that go on that are oftentimes missed. I'm going to watch these videos and I'm going to send you feedback. Along with that feedback, also if you've paid the invoice, I am going to send you our online training course. So I created this course to be a supplement to our lessons. Something that I have found over this last 11 years, and we're constantly refining our lesson program, but people didn't really have a clear plan. And when they didn't have a clear plan, they seem to fall off. And I don't want that for you. So we have created this online dog training program. It is sold separately. So if you want to do, your own thing, totally cool. But this supplement has been super helpful for my clients. And basically what it is, it's your blueprint for training. It's the things that are actually really easy to work on because most dog training starts inside your home anyways. These are perfect training programs or training outlines for you to implement inside your home. So it goes over initial stages of building engagement with your dog, crate training, playing with your dog, obedience commands, loose leash walking, what to do outside. All of these things are covered in the online program. And so the goal with that is that you are going to use that program as your blueprint. So you're going to be working on these videos in our in-between time. Okay, because the reality is it's easy to teach your dog how to sit, how to down, how to go to place, how to teach a recall. These things are all very simple in the beginning stages of things. Okay, and again, you can absolutely work on these inside your home. The issue that always comes up with lessons is how do I apply this stuff when there are distractions around? And that's where the private lessons come in. So you're working on the videos, you're sending me questions and observations and things that you are running into while working on said videos. And then when I come over, we are working on putting those things into practice because I am now the practice person. When I come to your home, we're able to work on leash greetings or door manners. I mean, I am the distraction. So I get to coach you off of me on how to work your dog through these things. And then what you learn in those lessons, you are then able to apply them to guests that come over to your house or when you're out on the street and you're working your dog out in the yard or what have you, right? It's I'm the practice point, and then you get to take that information and apply it out in the world. We are going to do this process for 5 sessions. Okay. And throughout this process, again, I want you to be sending me video questions, observations, training videos with your dogs, all the stuff. I want to hear about it. I always tell clients, like, don't be shy with the videos. Like, I have some clients who send me 20-minute videos and I will watch them. Okay. But you got to send them to me. And this is part of our agreement, so to speak, is that, like, I can only do so much with the information that I have. Sure, I can go to your house and we can talk about the same thing 5 times, but that is a waste of your time and a waste of your money. Okay. That's it. So by doing private lessons, you are saying, I want to be my dog's dog trainer. And that's what I'm going to teach you how to be. I'm going to teach you how to be your dog's dog trainer. And in order for me to do my job the best, I need you to do your part by sending me videos, again, questions, everything that has to do with your dog. I want to know about it. All right. So then we can talk about it, flesh out the details, and make any adjustments. Our dogs are dynamic and nothing is going to just be linear. Dogs, the process of training your dog is filled with hills and valleys. Okay. And so I want to be there to help you get out of the valley and back climbing the hill again. Okay. But I need you to send me the videos because you are my eyes at that point. So, we train for 5 sessions. I come over usually about every 2 weeks, but that is also very dynamic as well. Life gets busy. I know we all have busy lives. Things pop up, emergencies, everything can happen, right? So we are flexible with how often we meet. But again, that comes into the videos. If we're not talking for 3 weeks, I don't know what's going on. Okay. And then, like I said, I can come over and we can talk about what we did the first lesson, 3 weeks ago, but that's not really helping you or your dog. Okay. So after you finish those 5 sessions, you then get entered to come into our group class. You get 12 sessions with this program, with the Smart Start program specifically. Okay. 12 group class sessions. They're held every 2 weeks. And this is where I want you to come out to the park where we meet up and start working around other people and their dogs. This is real world practice for the skills that you have been working on. Likewise, it's getting you around the things that usually most dogs struggle with, which is dogs and or people. Okay. And it's a very structured setting. So there's no meeting other dogs. There's no meeting people. These are strangers, right? And I call this like public access training, where you want to take your dog to the cafe or get your dog used to being able to do something like that, they have to be able to ignore the world around them. Your dog is going to, you're not going to be taking your dog to the cafe if every time you take them there, they're pulling the table down to go say hi to the dog that's walking by. Okay. I get it. They're friendly, but knocking the table over and spilling the coffee is just not very fun. So we use this time to teach your dog how to become neutral to these things that are always going to be in their environment. There is a time and place for your dog to interact with humans and dogs. And those are things that we definitely talk about in our lessons. But again, those group classes are the time for you to work on your dog's reactivity, work on your dog's listening around distractions. Can they take direction? Can they play around these distractions? Can they be chill around these distractions? All of these things are factored in when we are working in our group class. Then you get 12 sessions of that. And then after that, if you want to move on to more advanced training, we do offer e-collar training. It's an advanced off-leash program. You do need to have, though, the fundamentals of training on board. So that means the Smart Start program is an on leash program. It's based around building up your relationship with your dog, building motivation, building engagement, because so many things like go away when we have those things on board. So many people have these huge issues with their dogs, or seemingly huge issues, but there are big gaps happening. And the process with these lessons is to help examine and put a magnifying on those gaps and start to fill those gaps. Okay, because then once those are filled, then we can actually see where we are at. But so many times there's you're obviously doing stuff with your dog, but it's just like there's holes, and those holes are what lead to the issues. And so what my goal is to help you fill those holes. Okay, so that right there is basically a breakdown of our Smart Start private lessons. If this is something that you want to do, shoot me a contact form. Go to our website, www.kinderdogpdx.com, fill out the Get Started form. We can set up a phone call. We can chat. We can chat on the phone. We can chat through video. Either one of those is great for me. We'll talk about your dog. We'll get this process set up. I mean, this video is going to explain everything that I would tell you on the phone. So you get a nice little preview of what to expect there. But look at our YouTube page, look at our Instagram page, look at our TikTok page. We post a bunch of videos on there because I want to give you the most information possible to make an informed decision. And I think that's pretty much it. And also, as a side note too, we are doing a 4-week essentials program. This program is a faster, more condensed program. It's 4 weeks long, but I give you PDFs to do each week. So you already have a clear plan. You've got videos to watch. We'll do webinars midweek so we can check in with you and, help you maintain progress or, make any shifts as we need to. And more of that information on that can be found on our website. The next cohort or the next group of that starts February 1st. So if that's something you're interested in, it is a cheaper price point because it is group coaching than it is for one-on-ones. But, think about how you learn best, and we can go from there. So anyways, thank you for watching. Definitely be sure to subscribe to this page if you're, interested in dog training information. You must be if you're here. So hit that subscribe button, so you can get notified of new videos. I am going to be doing more, I think, long form videos because I do find these to be just a little bit more educational than, a 10-second little Instagram reel. So I look forward to maybe meeting you in the future in person or online. And thanks for watching. Yeah, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.